This is the Geeky Juans pre-show, and as you can see in the background, today's topic will be Marvel Cinematics Phase 4. It's crazy to think we're finally at Phase 4 because I was a kid when Phase 1 happened with Iron Man. So this whole thing is just crazy. Um, as you see, I finally got a haircut for those people who are on the video stream right now. Um, it's been interesting. Just transferred to a new job within my company, so that's pretty cool. Um, what else? There's nobody watching. There we go. Somebody's watching. Welcome to the Geeky Juans live stream. A lot of crazy things have happened. I mean, New Japan canceled several shows, so that sucks. I mean, this whole pandemic's just been really sad. I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's just sad. I was talking to the barber earlier, and he says you can't get the vaccine yet because of health conditions. But luckily, his company is gonna pay for the vaccines, so that's good. If that's Derv, ayun. Hi Derv, how are you? Waiting for Tim and Drew to arrive because we are just at the pre-show mode, so we're not really doing much. Welcome everyone to who's here. We are currently doing the pre-show for the Geeky Juans. I'm Steven. I'm waiting for Jude and our guest Tim. Hi Earl, kumusta ka na? Stay safe. Ano ba nangyari? Thank you very much. Medyo madami pag-usapan ngayon. Medyo mahaba, pero feeling ko kaya naman. I also got fade my hair. Masaya. Except ng feeling ng medyo nipis na sa side. Man. Welcome everybody. Saying hi to Earl Maghirang of Fanboy SEO. Saying hi to Derv of Wrestling After Work. Thank you so much for stopping by. What has happened in the past few days? Did anyone catch SmackDown today? Because SmackDown was so weird. Especially with the 3D fist that they made. They were too cheap to get the actual fist from Florida. From Connecticut to Florida. So logistically, I get it, but I feel like you could have had some sort of storage already in Florida by now with the headquarters. Maybe the performance center has something, but I guess not. This is the Geeky Juans pre-show. Thank you so much for dropping by. Do leave a comment below here where you guys are listening from: Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let's pause on the mic for
Hello. Wait, hello?
Ang gupit na. Musta?
Oh, Bishop. Okay. Oh man.
Ano yan?
Before I got into before I was setting up, I was finishing a show called Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix. It's a new show.
Ooh, nice.
It's a Mark Miller comic.
Yep. It's under under Image
Uh,
Comics, I think.
and then it was basically bought by Netflix for a series adaptation, and I
Yep.
watched the entire first volume. It's not first season, first volume. So sige, they're
Nux.
gonna go graphic
Parang,
novel on that.
parang Guardians of the Galaxy lang nga talaga.
But yeah, I like it. Although
Mm.
I feel that there are some things about it that could be better. Facing
Mm.
maybe maybe like the superhero ness, the spectacle of being a superhero show is a bit
Yeah.
weird. But ayun, it's a good start. It's a good start. It's a weird. It's I just got curious kanina, and then just binged
Mm.
all 8 episodes of it.
Maganda naman.
Yeah, it's fine. Um it's not Marvel Netflix. Kasi Marvel Netflix
Mm.
was like that's really awesome. Kaso it's a nice introduction to it's a nice intro to that world, what
Mm.
Jupiter's Legacy is about, It's,
Yeah. Si Kare kasi is
like
like a super like is super hyping it. Si Kare, one of the 113s. Oh wait, tama ba? No, Kare is 112.
yeah. It's
Wait,
good.
you're
No,
one
no,
on.
she's 113.
No, you're
Yeah.
111. Sina
She's
Jan
113.
is
She's
one.
113.
Yeah, one. What?
Okay. Yeah,
Wait,
she's
wait, 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 wait,
113.
wait, wait. Wait, wait,
I'm
wait, wait,
111.
wait, wait.
She's two batches
Yeah,
over.
111. Sina Jan is 112. Ah, yeah, 113 nga siya. Man, we're
Yeah,
old.
ayun. Yeah, well,
Saying hi to the DLSU history majors.
yeah, yeah, hi guys, if anyone's watching. But yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
that DLS History Major program.
Mhm.
Because batch numbers tend to go up and down every single year, and it's just awesome to
Old.
see more people every time applying
Mm,
to the program, and it's awesome.
yeah.
Shout out to Derv. Good luck, have fun. Yeah, thanks. Uh, Earl Maghira from
Yes.
the fanboy here.
Fanboy
Raikou,
SEO.
baby. Yeah. Oh man, favorite character from the show. Even though she didn't have that much. I'm super like, yeah, she's really awesome. Um, yeah, it's a nice show. Like, we're gonna talk about Marvel rest of the way once we get started.
Yeah.
So, I just like
This is a nice
it's
like taste of what to
Yeah.
expect.
It's a nice it's basically volume 1 of Jupiter's Legacy is like origin story slash world building of what's happening right
Hmm.
now, kasi they're like a family of superheroes, you can say. Parang
Yeah.
ganon. Di naman parang
Hmm.
family. Like uh the first generation of superheroes is still there, and now they're trying to teach the second generation, and with America today being in like chaos or some but yeah,
Well, that's
it's
perfect. That's a perfect
it's
for
uh it's
perfect for
it's
the
like
times.
it's a show that questions the responsibilities of a superhero. So
Ah, that's cool.
I just found inserted a Marvel line and laughed it and chuckled it off somewhere. Just you have to see it. It's so hilarious. And then meanwhile, we can talk about SmackDown a while ago. So retro SmackDown. Wow. The CGI fist, Steven. What did you think of the CGI fist? Because I thought that the CGI fist of Retro SmackDown was like worse whatever we see in was SmackDown versus Raw. So yeah. Oh, Steven's browser is hanging a bit. So yeah. He'll be back in a bit. Oh, hi Tim.
Please expect
Hey, what's
delays
up?
from my end kasi sobrang ano ko. Hello. Please expect delays on my end. Sobrang nagahang yung browser ko right now.
Is your
It's fine.
laptop plugged in? My solution
Yeah,
is
my laptop's plugged in and everything, pero nagloloko pa rin siya.
I'm using my
well.
iPad.
Well, wait. Wait. I'll see. What are other workarounds? Um, let's see. Well, yeah. Usually I just turn off everything Wi-Fi related on my end. I mean, there
Shit,
are other people using
baka kasi naka-Bluetooth ako. Possible ba yun?
Give me a
my
minute.
might
Alright,
because it's
sige.
just
I'll
heavy
change
loads and
headsets.
stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe it's just
I'll
a
change
lot
my
of
headset.
stuff. Yeah.
I'll turn off my
So
audio.
yeah.
See.
Then after a few moments, we'll go.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Clear on
Down
your end.
here with
Yep.
the shield and all.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll show it
This is
later. It's
pre-show. Another thing we can talk about is Resident Evil Village before we just go into Marvel. So Tim, have you gotten your copy?
I have I have two copies actually. I have a digital deluxe edition copy, which I started playing yesterday, and I have to pick up my physical collector's edition with the Chris Redfield statue in a couple of days. I know it's out already, but I'm only gonna get it along with my groceries, so I'm tagging it along with that.
Yeah,
That gives me a chance to just concentrate on the game. I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying
yeah.
it.
Has she
So you
stepped on
got
you yet?
to. You,
Huh?
Are we
What
talking
do you
Resident
want?
Evil 8? Are we talking about Resident
yeah,
Evil 8? Has,
Yeah, we're
have you let Lady Dimitrescu step on you yet?
Oh yeah, I have, and I'm past that. Past it.
but yeah,
But
initial thoughts about the game, Tim, since you got to play it. Really good.
you get you get to see the
I've
parts of
heard,
it.
I've heard it has a, how can you say that? A Resident Evil 4 vibe, which I dig because I love Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. Okay. Without giving away any spoilers, and there's a lot of reviews already out there, and playthroughs on YouTube. So be careful. Be careful
Okay.
even
Yeah,
to.
I'm being very safe on that part.
I'm also currently streaming my run, so it's there in my page, TIMZSD.
Nice.
So avoid it. Avoid it if you're going to play it on your own. But what I can say about the game, without giving spoilers, is yes, it combines four. It combines the first game and seven because it's a first-person view perspective game, and you're continuing the story of Ethan Winters. It's good. I'm liking what I'm doing so far, but with the Resident Evil 4 type of mechanics and the merchant to buy stuff, that's great.
Nice. Well, let me just find the. We'll start in a
It,
few
it's
minutes.
it's creepy. It's creepy also. So I'm enjoying the scares that they're putting there. It's very much like movies like The Howling, The Conjuring. There, I'll just put it there.
Nice.
Well,
And of course,
I can say that I haven't played a horror game in the past few years. So I think one thing I'll do before going to Resident Evil Village is probably binge play every Resident Evil game from 4 onwards,
play
just to
play,
enjoy.
play the remake, the first remake, one.
Oh yeah, remake one. Oh yeah, I actually have zero in the first remake. I think one thing that I just found confusing in in the first Resident Evil, since I think the remake naman is like almost a one-to-one with enhanced visuals,
Yes,
somewhat.
yes.
It's just that I just got so confused with like you really have to explore and backtrack places. It's like a puzzle game. I didn't know that the first Resident Evil was had a lot of those puzzles and essential items you need to pick up. Parang I got confused there. Like because in 2 I got through with it by somewhat shooting my way out
Mhm.
as a kid. Parang ganon. Tapos 3, I almost did that, except, Nemesis
Nemesis.
scared my butt off. Kaso, it was good. And then, there
Um,
was Resident Evil
there was
4.
4. That's why I said Village or 8 is a combination of 1, 4, and 7 because it has that element of uneasiness with the first person perspective of 7. It has the backtracking and the puzzle solving from 1. And it has the mechanics and action and merchant stuff from 4.
Oh,
Nice.
merchant
Combination.
stuff, okay.
Yeah,
That's one thing
you meet a merchant called the Duke. So it's good.
oh man, okay. I would love to meet the new guy. But yeah, that's really awesome no. Oh my god,
Just trying
Resident
to get rid
Evil
of the
Village.
Adobe stuff. Turns out Adobe's clogging up my browser.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fucking Adobe.
I actually have to let's just say oh yeah,
No, Task Manager's not responding. Fudge.
I have my tabs closed. A lot of them are just
My
off
task
on.
manager is not responding. This is the nightmare.
You're at Windows, right? You're using the
Yeah,
PC?
my task manager is not responding. It's the ultimate nightmare scenario.
Control Alt Del? Nothing?
Yeah, yeah. If I do that, it's crazy. It's just ugh.
Oh my
I'll
god.
I'll leave it as is for now, but I've been trying to delete mga Adobe stuff for now. I feel like I should just uninstall them. Pero yeah, I think we are ready to go. So hopefully
Yeah,
my
let's
browser
go.
works.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait, let me pull up some notes.
All
There
right,
we
all right.
go. Ah, yeah, I'm done.
I'll,
I just
I'll
had
follow
to
your
switch.
Okay.
Just had to swap a tab
I'll
on.
follow your lead, huh? I'll follow your
Yeah,
lead.
yeah, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, it's also
Go.
sure
Welcome
thing, sure thing.
everyone to the Geeky Juans episode 74, a podcast where we talk about anything geeky under the sun, whether it's wrestling to video games to movies to comic books. The Geeky Juans is here to talk about it. Today we welcome back Tim Villasor, aka Timzster, to discuss Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Are you guys tired yet? Kidding.
Not
Oh,
really.
Oh
Like
man.
with the unfortunate timing of the pandemic, it somewhat gave us like a short break, respite
Yeah.
from like all of anything Marvel related, and
Hmm.
like the past few months, WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier happened, so it gave us like hey, we're back a bit, just
Mhm.
get us back on that Marvel train. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden they just dropped one trailer where they just released they just show their schedule in the
They just
next
announced everything in one
from
go.
this
an
year to
announcement.
2023.
Yep, that's right.
Essentially.
2023.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a surprise because we expected na hey, Shang-Chi is gonna be released this year, Black Widow is gonna be released this year, and okay, that's it.
Finally.
That's it for announcements this year. And
Yeah.
then we get, every now and then we get behind the scenes photos of Hawkeye, Miss Marvel. So like, okay,
Yeah.
sulit na. But all of a sudden they just drop a trailer that previews everything that they're gonna do in the next 2 years, which is pretty cool.
Insane. I
What
don't
a
think we've
what a
ever
way
had
to
this
just
kind
drop
of
the
like.
hammer.
Yeah, that's true. Tim, what's your thoughts on the trailer that just suddenly popped out earlier in the week?
Well, okay. Like um like you guys were
Jude.
talking
Yeah.
um I mean for me basically I'm just pumped. I'm excited. I've been
Mm.
enjoying the Marvel Cinematic Universe shows in Disney Plus.
Mm.
So talked about WandaVision, we talked about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
That tided us over basically because we're
Mm.
experiencing a global pandemic, and not everybody can watch movies in theaters, unlike the other countries. Some of the theaters in the U.S., theaters in some parts of Asia, like Singapore, they have access again to theaters, although with social distancing. Here, not so much.
Mm.
So we're getting that at least for those who can access Disney Plus and can watch these shows, and it's propelling it forward. So now that we got that trailer that came out day after the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Marvel Studios and Iron Man celebrated its 13th anniversary. That's great.
Grabe, no?
So,
Grabe.
yeah, 13 years. Can you imagine that?
Mm.
Putting up the shell head here with
Oh
the
my god.
mark. Yeah. Wow. Good times. Good times. I mean, I still remember watching Iron Man. I was pumped up for it back in
Mm.
2007
Yeah.
and early 2008. I mean, everybody, of course, remembers when the leaked San Diego Comic Con extended trailer came out. It wasn't released yet to the public. Then we saw the Mark One, and we saw some action segments. Then
Yeah.
John Cena was going to direct it. Then Robert Downey Jr., of course, still coming out and trying to repair his career. Then when this movie came out, wow, that really blew us away. I watched it in Greenbelt 3 cinemas. I took a day
Oh.
first screening, and it's been a tradition
Oh.
for me ever since for Marvel movies. If it's the very first screening I can get, if I don't get to see a
Yeah.
premiere, or I will watch it.
Nice. Man, that's epic.
Yeah.
Jude, what's your memories of now that we're 13 years into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Oh yeah. Oh
What's your
god, it's
favorite
13
memory of the
years.
cinematic universe?
Let's see. Probably my favorite one was reserving tickets for Endgame on
Ah.
Scurvy. That was
Yeah.
insane. That was
Yeah.
insane. It was payday on it. I remember it was payday. It was payday
Mhm.
at work, and I was at work, and and then I just went with it. Just like bought like 5 tickets in advance.
Ah, yeah, family
And
nga
game
pala.
on Directors Club here at SMBF.
Nice.
It's weird that there's a Directors Club in a very small SM mall, but hey,
Hey, why not?
yeah, what hey,
Awesome.
why not? Lazy boy seats.
Yeah.
It's the most comfy way to watch. But yeah, that's my favorite memory. Just scrambling for that because
Mhm.
of course it's somewhat the send off of the Avengers, so to speak.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was
true.
just really hype, and I was just happy to get tickets and seating. I remember like uh remember lucking out on having one row where all five of us could sit. It was just extreme.
Oh, that was
Or
nice.
I think I remember I remember I was able to get like three on one side, two on the other. So it was really crazy.
Hmm.
But yeah, I really enjoyed reserving my tickets back then and watching it. Of course, like oh
Of
man,
course.
I
Hmm.
cried in the cinema. It was fun.
Oh.
Um,
Go
of
ahead,
course.
Dim. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say of course, everybody was shouting, and then on that trailer they also showed the most.
Yes.
Of course, this one would be one of them.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
Marvel Legend figure worthy cap here.
Yes. Oh my God, that was the
Who
best.
wouldn't love that scene? It
God, so
validated
good.
Age of Ultron Easter egg, so to
Hmm.
speak. He lifted it, so quote unquote, or just nudged it. So
Yeah.
when Thor said, "Yeah, yeah," and
Grabe na.
for me, kasi my background is in comics, right? So
Mm.
growing up with that, and it happened in the 80s. It was one of my very first Captain America, who was not yet Captain America again. He was the
Yeah.
captain. It was the Mighty Thor issue where he lifted Mjolnir. He was worthy to carry it, and he was one of the few characters who wasn't a god, who wasn't an alien, who could carry Thor's hammer. So
Mm.
having that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, oh, absolutely good.
All right, so nice.
Again.
And then my favorite memory was probably just watching that moment happen that you described when Captain America finally wielded Mjolnir.
Yeah.
It was at that little moment where you're like, oh shit, Tony's dead. Like he's gonna die now. And then suddenly you just see Mjolnir like zoom by from the screen. We're like, what the fuck's happening? And you see Captain America like hold Mjolnir. It's like, oh my god. they're finally doing it. So they're finally doing it. And then that, and maybe when Falcon, now Captain America, said on your left, it's like, oh my god, they're doing it. They're doing it. All I was missing was Agents of Shield and the Defenders, but I don't know. Maybe studio politics happened, so that
Of
we didn't get
course,
them. Anyway,
the
that was
the port
epic.
the port scene is epic. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's why a meme came out at that time, around that time where
yeah,
fan art was released, or rather, they got pictures from Agents of Shield and the Netflix MCU shows,
yeah.
which are supposedly not canon anymore.
Oh,
The studio differences. Marvel will just quietly not acknowledge them, except for
mm,
Agent Carter's canon. So
that is
why
crazy.
sayang, sayang. But other than that, yeah, who didn't enjoy those moments in the theater?
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's move on to the first movie that's finally coming out after I can't even remember how many years it's been. How a whole year delayed, or more than a year delayed? More than a whole
Pretty
year
much a
delayed.
whole
Black Widow,
year.
right? Okay,
Yeah, we're talking about Black Widow, of course.
Black Widow here. Yeah.
How? Ah, go ahead,
How long?
Tim.
How long? It was. Yeah, it was over a year. We were
Fudge,
supposed to.
man.
We were supposed to get it April, May of
Oh my
this,
god.
but no, no, not this. Last year, we were
Yeah,
supposed to get it in April,
it's been so long.
but now we're getting it in July of this year, so they can give some ample time to prepare for its simultaneous Disney Plus premiere
Yeah.
showing.
Is it, speaking of these movies coming out simultaneously on Disney Plus? Will these movies be like on a premium, like you have to pay like 16.99 or something, or will it just be on Disney Plus right away?
I think you'll have to pay a premium for that. So
Oh, sayang.
it's straight. It's like paying for a ticket, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Are you
They have to.
excited?
I'm, they have to recoup the expenses some way, so you
Yeah.
get them.
Mhm. True. Hey, do you think Florent? Okay, now can we just like dive a little bit into like the obvious potential spoilers that are coming out? Do you think Florence Pugh is going to be the new Black Widow? I mean, it's kind of like that's what they're leaning towards. Do you think that's what's going to
Uh,
happen?
you know, because this takes place in between Civil War and Avengers Infinity War,
Yeah.
when they take some time off, I'm not gonna be surprised if they do that.
Yeah.
Given that WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier so far have planted the seeds for the new generation of heroes, or the next
Mm,
time. So, I mean, you've seen the children of the Scarlet Witch. That's one. That's
that's true.
Billy and Tommy,
Yeah.
who end up becoming Wiccan and Speed from the Young
Yeah.
Avengers.
Mm,
Then we see Isaiah Bradley and his grandson Elijah Bradley, who's Patriot
mm,
of the Young Avengers also. So and of course Falcon, Sam Wilson becomes the new Captain America.
yeah.
We see the legacy pass on. So now that we're going to see Black Widow, probably we'll see that as well. The legacy will be passed on to her sister,
Mm.
basically.
All right. So I guess that's pretty much the only thing we can discuss about Black Widow without like going into like super deep dives. That would take a while. Um, it's gonna be
That'll
a
take a while.
while. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next movie that a lot of people, well, mostly East Asians, or Asians in general, are kind of hyped about. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. I can't remember the name of the proper movie
Legend
because
of the Ten
it's
Rings.
such a long title, which I'll come back to that later. But Shang-Chi is going to be the first, not first Asian American, well, first main Asian superhero. If we're talking about super specific, the first main Asian superhero in the MCU, because we know
Yeah.
Wong was more of a supporting character. So
Yes.
we're gonna have Simu Liu from Kim's Convenience as Shang-Chi, and his dad is gonna be played by Hong Kong cinematic legend Tony Leung, who is
Yes.
a frequent collaborator with Wong Kar-wai, which is just insane. that we are getting this caliber of Asian stars. And then there's Aquafina. I'm sorry, but like I'm not the biggest Aquafina fan.
I
Like,
don't know why. I guess
uh,
because they have this Crazy Rich Asians hype going on, so they're gonna capitalize.
they gotta get her, yeah, obviously. But like for me personally, it's like sometimes I feel like I don't know how true it is that she pretended to be black and now she's becoming less black. Like she was trying to copy black culture for the longest time. And then like
Mhm.
now that she's more popular, she's doing it less. I don't know how true that theory is, but it's something to think about. But yeah, Aquafina's a supporting character and it looks like she's gonna be Mulan based on the toys. But honestly, from the looks of it, the toys.
It looks
Have
like,
you seen the toys?
of course, the
Oh
Funko
man.
popped up here. It's
Yeah.
already out.
Meron na?
So, meron na. Go
That was
check
fast. That was
We're planning
fast.
there. It's there. It's there.
Mm.
Funko Pop more or less will pop up at the same time, if not I had just a little bit ahead of the Marvel Legends figures, which are already revealed, but they leaked
Mm.
out. So we've seen already what the wave will be. It's a Mr. Hyde wave. So if you enjoy
Mhm.
Mr. Hyde in the comics, that's what the Shang-Chi Build-A-Figure is.
Mm.
Shang-Chi, the only reason why you're going to see it is if you're a fan of the character, and of course you want to see that long, dormant plot thread of the Ten Rings, which
Oh
began with
my
Iron.
god, oh nga, no. Holy shit, just reminded me.
I reminded you, yeah, because
Yeah.
Iron Man began the Ten Rings organization, which was a callback to the Mandarin, Wang Wu. That's the Mandarin, Tony Leung's character. That's they changing it so it's Shang Nemesis because they didn't use the Mandarin for Iron Man.
Oh, okay. Yes.
The Mandarin.
The
The
Mandarin.
the Mandarin was ole 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 Trevor Slattery, which I didn't mind. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But from him to what's his name? Guy Pearce.
Yeah. So
he
weird.
nominated himself as the Mandarin, but it had no explanation for the Ten Rings. Now we're gonna revisit the Ten Rings, and if they're ever gonna call back to the Iron Man origin, where the Ten Rings kidnap him to make weapons,
Mm.
let's see.
Could this be a situation wherein it's gonna get too convoluted? Okay, if you like consider this na lang, what if you require people to start watching like the old, the first movie Iron Man 1 to understand everything? Parang hindi ba, wouldn't that alienate certain audiences?
More or less, you have to think about it like every movie you walk into it, you can stand on its own.
Mm.
You revisit it if you want to look through, background knowledge again.
Yeah.
You revisit. It's your choice, but every movie you walk into, it's supposed to be its own standalone feature,
Mm.
unless it carries over a plot like Avengers: Infinity War and Avengers: Endgame, where
Yeah.
you don't happen. What? Why is
Yeah, it's
everybody
a
gone? Why
continuation.
over this? That's when it's required backtracking. But every movie naman for the MCU,
And I think
I still.
for the case
Mm.
of like
What are you gonna
okay.
say?
Okay, go Jude.
Oh yeah, I think no. For the case of Shang-Chi, I don't think it's gonna it's not gonna be a callback because
Yeah.
the Mandarin naman was in Iron Man 3. Trevor Slattery was explained and pretty much
Yeah.
his arc ended there and ended right there on the same movie. So I don't think they
Not
really have to explain anything. Maybe a mild
not
callback to Trevor Slattery just because
He had
uh
one, diba?
yeah, just
he
because
had.
his
Yeah, yeah.
Mandarin name was used in just because the Mandarin name was used,
Yeah.
so maybe there.
Yeah.
But I think Tim is right on the movie.
No.
I think the Phase 4 movies are able to stand on their own, with the exception of the sequels from the previous phases.
Mm.
That's the thing. No, I was gonna say. There was a one shot included with Thor: The Dark World,
Yeah, yeah.
All Hail the King, where
Mm.
they Trevor Slattery in prison, and he was actually called by the real Mandarin,
Tony
which
Leung. Now
yeah,
that we know it's Tony
like
Leung.
I don't know if it's Tony Leung, but I don't know if they're gonna use that. Let's see. It was a
Mm.
one.
All right, next up, we're going to talk about the Eternals.
Yeah.
Basically, when Jack Kirby left DC, tama ba? When Jack Kirby left DC, he made the Eternals first, or were the New Gods first? If we're gonna
New
talk
God.
about the geeky stuff, who was first? New
God.
Gods. All right. So somehow the Eternals is basically Jack Kirby's New Gods in Marvel form. Tama? Is that like the best way to describe it for like newbies?
Not too similar. They're
Mm-hmm.
not there, but of course they're powerful beings. They're like
Yeah, yeah.
a half god or celestials, basically.
Mhm.
Half celestial, half human, demigods. They're like
Okay.
demigods.
Gets,
Basic way.
gets. But like, what do you think of the casting of the Eternals? You got Gemma Chan, who's appearing in a new role, despite
Oh.
being in the previous movie. We've got Kumail Nanjiani, who I'm scared to say this, but I feel like he probably took steroids to get this buff. I'm like, dude, nobody gets buff that fast.
Well, you can say na he could because
Yeah.
remember it's a pandemic and the last
Yeah.
time I checked, a lot of athletes, wrestlers,
Yeah.
over the course of the lockdown, just got ripped as heck because it's the only thing they can do in
Yeah.
it's the only
Lockdown.
thing that they can do in during the lockdown. So I think it would be it would be fair to assume that and yeah, Hollywood fitness training, there's a lot of Disney money on this one. So
Hmm.
I'm not so I think it's just a product of lots and lots of training here. Yeah,
Hmm.
the biggest surprise probably for me in the Phase 4 package was the Eternals because they introduced a small teaser because
Oh yeah.
you have trailers for Shang-Chi and Black Widow, but the Eternals, we before that we didn't know na is it how far is it in its production, and apparently it's
Yeah.
pretty far because
Yeah.
um they're able to show what's there. They're able to show a bit of footage with Angelina Jolie. Madsen was there. Richard Madden was there. That was a surprise because the last I saw was in Game of Thrones.
Mm. Mm.
So that was a nice nice callback there for me.
Mm.
But yeah,
All right, Tim.
yeah.
What are your thoughts, Tim, on the casting of the Eternals? Like, do you think they're
Um,
good fits, or you know?
I reserve judgment till I see the
Mhm.
movie. To be
Okay.
honest, the marketing and the figures are pretty flat.
Oh no.
No, for me, the costumes and the leaked Marvel Legends figures, if you look at it, it looks pretty generic. I
Mm.
mean, not something that you would associate with how the Eternals look in comics. I mean, they look colorful, they look godly.
Mm.
But when you translate that into film, it's a different ball game. I mean, I know they're trying to channel Guardians. Guardians was a rocket success
Oh man, Sobra.
because of the characters they chose, James Gunn, all of that. But this one, so far, we have not seen any footage except for that one in the trailer officially.
Mm-hmm.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe, what's to come, last week. So I don't know. I really have to see what the movie has to offer, and hopefully the full trailer for this
Yeah.
will encourage us to watch it.
Yeah.
For me, uh, I'm not really that excited for it, but I know
Okay.
Richard Madden there. Last I saw him was Rocket Man with
Oh.
yeah, he was a Rocket Man. He was the
Nice,
lover.
nice.
He was the lover of
Elton
Eggsy
John.
from Elton
Yeah,
John
Elton
from
John, Taron Egerton, si Moomin.
yeah. All right.
Yeah. And
All right.
also worth
Go ahead.
noting, Steven, worth noting
Yeah.
for The Eternals, it's directed by Chloe Zhao, who just
Mhm.
recently had her Best Director award along
You can put
with
that on the trailer
Best
now.
Picture.
They could put
Yeah,
that on. They need it.
Oh
I
my
mean,
yeah,
god.
like yeah, it could use. And yeah, also speaking of as I said, Game of Thrones, I forgot Kit Harington is also
Yeah,
here.
he's here, Black
So
Knight.
you
Black
have
Knight.
two members of House Stark in the MCU, which is kind of nice because um honestly, the cast of Game of Thrones, despite what people would say about the what people and me would say about the final season.
Yeah.
Their cast is great. Like I want to see. I want to see the cast of Game of Thrones go beyond, go beyond
Mm.
the series because it was a really successful show despite how it ended. But like it's nice to see them. It's nice to see them go beyond, and also awesome that they're in the MCU.
Mm.
They're in another gore filled
Mm.
universe that has a great fandom.
Mm.
So
Well,
that's really interesting.
um,
Go
Peter
ahead, Tim.
Dinklage beat the Peter Dinklage
Oh
beat the previous guy.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
he was in
Peter Dinklage was
Thor,
the first
right?
guy. So
Avengers for that
yeah,
Infinity War. Yeah, yeah. He
He
was the
was in
yeah,
forging
the
X-Men.
guy.
guy who made
Stormbreaker.
Storm
Mm-hmm.
Stormbreaker. Yeah,
Um,
really
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
E3 the dwarf.
Yeah, yeah, that one. All right.
And
Go ahead, Tim. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was saying he was E3 the dwarf in Avengers Infinity War, and in X-Men Days of Future Past
Oh yeah,
he was
Bolivar
Trask,
Trask.
the guy
Yeah, that's
who sent him.
true. All right, Jude, can you read the
So
comments first? Do you see anyone?
Oh, let
Oh,
me
sorry,
check
Tim. Go ahead.
for.
All right, I'll be
oh
back.
no, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
All
good.
right.
Read the comments. Read the comments.
For a bit. Oh well, none so far. So let's go. Or yeah, let's go. I'll be checking it out a bit later as well. So let's go. What's the next film? But yeah. Oh, Tim. We were talking
Yo.
about in the pre-show. We were talking about Jupiter's Legacy.
Mm.
Which was
What?
out yesterday on Netflix. I just binged it like when I woke up a while ago. So like I watched all
how many?
8 episodes, and it
How
was
many? Eight.
eight
8 episodes.
episodes. Yeah, for
Okay.
volume one. Volume one was 8 episodes, and yeah, I was curious because I'm not familiar with the comics, so
Yo.
I just went in there like wanting to know, hey, what's up with this? And yeah, it was pretty interesting. Like um it's another superhero world for me to enter, and now I want to check out the graphic novels themselves, since those are of course pretty far off.
I'm in the same boat as you, basically.
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
have not
it's a
collected.
pretty interesting watch. So
Okay. I'm planned to watch it after I finish Village.
oh
I'm so
yeah,
busy,
well
I'm so busy with that. Resident Evil Village has occupied my weekend right now, and I've been waiting for it. So I'm gonna watch Jupiter's Legacy when I can. Oh wow, it's gonna be a binge watch again next week because
Mm.
next week is Castlevania. So I have to.
Oh
oh
my God,
yeah.
so much Netflix stuff.
I have my upcoming shows on Netflix schedule. Like I put a check on anything I'm interested on. So like I have a good list of shows to
Hmm.
get to see.
Hmm.
So that's gonna be fun.
All right. Before we continue with the MCU Phase 4, before we go with part 2, I want to remind you about our Comixology $10 gift card giveaway, not sponsored by Amazon. Help us reach 1,000 likes on Facebook and 100 followers on Twitch. We'll be giving away two. Wait, let me show the screen. My hands are not coming out. We're giving away two. We're giving away two Comixology gift cards worth $10 each. We are very close to 1,000 likes on Facebook, and we are about 1/8 of the way on Twitch. So for those who wanna win gift cards, this is your chance. So like the Geeky Ones on Facebook, and don't forget to name one comic book related guest that we have had on the podcast, such as Tim or Miguel Mercado or Fred Corder, that guy. You know, many
let,
others, many others.
let me illustrate it for those who
Yeah,
get this gift card.
yeah,
That's equal to 3 trade paperbacks on sale, or
yes.
or at least a little over 1 or 2 hardcovers on sale because that's
Mm,
$10.
yep,
So that's a good giveaway.
yep, that is right. All right, so moving on. let's go to probably the movie that I'm most excited for. I think Tim, you'd be excited as well. Here we go. Spider-Man: No Way Home. Oh
Hmm.
Yeah,
man! All right, Tim, the floor is yours.
the floor is mine for who Iron Man Junior. Sorry,
Oh,
that's what
so
I call
true.
it.
So true. You
So
called
true.
it, man. So
I'll call him
true.
that.
So true.
Unfortunately,
He's Iron Man Jr. I hate it.
yeah. I mean, he's the protege of this guy, Tony Stark.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
like this. I like this.
The
Far
suit's
from home.
nice. Yeah.
Yes, he made it himself. So for me, as a continuation of what we were left off at the cliffhanger of Far From Home, where he
Yeah.
was out there, Mysterio's tape, and now that he's going to be joined by Doctor Strange in this movie after Doctor Strange and wait, this will go first before Doctor
Doctor
Strange,
Strange too. Yeah.
Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Uh, I'm excited. I just want to see whether the theories or speculation of multiple Spider-Man are gonna be true for the
Yes,
live action.
please. Please.
Yeah,
Please.
that's like the thing we're looking forward to the most. And I think Alfred Molina was
Oh my god. Best
Did
doc
some
best doc.
yeah
Hands
thing
down.
what it's supposed to say. Uh, for me, and Andrew Garfield just recently talked and said he never got a call, but he just saying he never got a call. But there are other ways you can work around
True.
that.
Email.
Uh, yeah, email. My Spider Verse group,
Yeah.
my Spider Verse cosplayers and I have been excited for that. I mean, we've watched the first two movies together, and hopefully, maybe, hopefully, God willing, that we can, all of us can watch it in theaters
Mm.
by the end. But if we can't, then well, at least we're gonna experience it together, and then we can talk about it like this.
Yeah. That's right. Jude,
yeah.
what are your thoughts on Spider-Man 3?
Well,
The second Spider-Man 3.
yeah, the second Spider-Man 3. But
Oh
yeah,
man. What are your
um
thoughts, Jude?
I'm excited because yeah, I enjoyed I'm enjoying Tom Holland Spider-Man, and you know the clip to no to Far From Home was actually a nice little shocker.
Mm.
So that was a nice surprise. But yeah, I'm interested on how the direction of this would go because it feels like it's gonna go somewhere that we won't expect. That's one thing.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
that one's great. The fact that there's this possibility of universes or reality tearing
Tearing apart.
tearing each other, getting torn apart in the
Yeah.
movie is crazy. And the fact that this is before the second Doctor Strange movie is crazy because that if this is like a prelude to whatever happens to Multiverse of Madness, and allows us to get introduced to new things in Marvel, you know, it's that's gonna be so much fun. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just happy. I want this is probably one of the Phase 4 films I'm really really excited to just
I think
Mm.
those
watch.
say we. It's it's a film that well, it completes Holland's trilogy of movies. If he's not going to make, I doubt it. He's going to make other movies, but so far it's been energetic. It's the younger fans' gateway to the Marvel Cinematic Universe
That's
in
true.
general. And now that we may see the multiverse play into it, now there will be explanations, much like what DC should have capitalized on with the multiverse concept. I mean, they did it with Crisis of Infinite Earths when
Yeah.
Austin met what's his name? The Flash of the DCEU. I forgot the actor's
Ezra
name.
Miller. Yeah, Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller. They met in that scene. So seeing all of the Spider-Man unite, of course, we're all just waiting for it. We're waiting for a
Yeah.
trailer. We're still waiting for a trailer.
That is
It's
true. I
what-
mean, they're done filming, diba?
yeah.
All right. All
Give it
right.
to us.
Yep. All right. Next up is, man. This is such a long. You guys think it's such a title that's? Can we just talk about something quick? The titles of these movies are getting longer and longer.
Mhm.
Like, for the less familiar characters like Doctor Strange, can't you just say Doctor Strange 2 instead of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness? Like, that's a
Well,
really long name.
I kind of like that it's not a numbered. I kind of like the ones that are not numbered because
Hey, there he
you know
is.
there we go.
He came to
Looks really
bargain.
cool. But yeah,
Mm.
I think I would say
We made a
na.
bargain.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh no,
Together.
Bargain.
this is the next duo in the third Spider-Man film. But yeah,
The,
from long
the mentor.
titles, well, I can say na I'm so used to Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco songs from the mid
Yeah.
2000s to
Oh man.
I'm just so used to long titles, and I think going beyond numbered titles is fine because
Hmm.
we always get numbered titles. It's like it's so I get so tired sometimes when it's numbered. So like I think giving it a different name
Hmm.
just
Mhm.
gives off like a big movie feel because putting it in numbers sometimes it's a franchise. It turns it there are sometimes that there are times that some movies just put sequels for the sake of solving their sequelitis. But I think put giving a new title to a sequel is gives it a bit more special feel. Like it's like a big match feel, so to
Yeah,
speak.
Okay.
Like
Gets,
absolutely.
gets.
Absolutely. The first guys to do it were Thor and Captain America, and they made their
yeah,
movies unique. So
Hmm.
this one, Multiverse of Madness, if it follows Spider-Man, uh, just a little backtrack to Spider-Man, since Doctor Strange is playing the mentor role,
Yeah.
like Nick Fury, Stark. Now he's gonna play the mentor role to this girl,
Oh
of course.
yeah, that's true. She's
So
appearing. She's appearing
he's
after
there.
that.
Film
Yeah.
scenes. We'll see what happens after the end of WandaVision because that directly
Hmm.
connects to it, and the
Yeah.
mention of Doctor Strange, who was supposed to appear in the series, but they decided against it, and I think that was okay because it gives us a little bit more anticipation for what's to come.
Hmm.
As how this opens up with the Marvel Cinematic Universe multiverse concept, I'm looking forward to seeing it. But the movie is in safe hands because it's under Sam Raimi.
Oh yeah,
And
that's true.
yeah.
I would have wanted,
Well,
I would have wanted Scott Derrickson to continue with it, but well, if they chose Sam Raimi, at least it comes full
Hmm.
circle because of that Doctor Strange joke reference in Spider-Man 2.
Oh my God, no, nga, no. That name's already taken.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
Crazy. All right, let's move on to the next movie. Probably the most star-studded of all the MCU Phase 4 movies. Thor, Love and Thunder. We got so
oh
many
yeah.
crazy winners. Jude, let you take it, and then after you, let's go to Tim.
Go,
Okay,
dude.
Thor: Love and Thunder. Wow, this is like it's kind of crazy. Fourth Thor movie, which is the only MCU film lineup that had four movies was the
Hmm.
Avengers. So that's kind
Oh
of
man,
nice
that.
to see
Oh
that.
shit, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
it's kind of
It was
nice to
only
see that Thor was the OG Avenger to go beyond three.
Hmm.
It was nice to see. And once again, this is a Taika Waititi film, and he did so well with Thor Ragnarok. Freshened up Thor because Thor Dark World was kind of not some, well, kind of a step down from the first Thor for me. Like and I kind of like how Thor Ragnarok freshened up the Thor character and introduced just added more color literally and more personality and a bit more fun. So yeah, and speaking of studded lineup, let's see. Of course you got Chris Hemsworth, as Thor. You got Natalie Portman again
hmm?
about Jane Foster, and she's gonna be donning the hammer of her own, or the donning, so to speak. You get Christian Bale
Yeah.
in a Marvel film, kind of crazy. He's gonna be Gore. And also in this movie, you get the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mhm.
So you get Chris Pratt, you get Clementine, you get Batista, you get the whole get the whole lineup. So that's really nice. And of course, we get to see Jeff Goldblum again, and that's really fun.
The Grand.
So yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder is gonna be a 2022 release. So we're gonna see it a year from now. Yeah, a year and 2 days from now.
Wow, so exact.
Cool.
All right, Tim, go ahead and share your thoughts.
Well, coincidentally, this week or a couple of days ago marked the 10th anniversary of the first release of Thor.
Oh, that's
But,
insane.
of course, I'm looking forward to this specifically because of buff Natalie Portman. Well, it's gonna be Thor, so I'm looking forward to that. We were just talking about the actors working out, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
Natalie Portman is literally buffing up to play Jane Foster Thor, who was
Nice.
also in comics like Sam Wilson Captain America. So you're forming the all new, all different Avengers from that
Nice.
a couple of years ago. Uh, of course, the as Guardians of the Galaxy together again. They're there
As Guardians
because of,
of the Galaxy.
yes, of course. I'm looking forward to it. With the dynamics and why Thor got into shape again because we saw the pictures. He's wearing a sleeveless jacket, but he's back to his non-bro Thor look. And we have Christian Bale and we have Russell Crowe. Don't forget Russell Crowe.
Oh yeah, Russell
Oh my
Crowe.
god.
Which is tying into another Avenger or friend of Thor, Hercules.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
gonna be
god, we're
epic.
gonna get the Greek god, Marvel Greek gods. That's really awesome. So yeah, crazy. I'm
Hmm.
happy that Thor got a fourth movie.
Hmm.
Happy for
So
it
it's
too.
really
Taika Waititi,
Man.
aka Korg. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Korg.
Korg.
All right, before we continue to the next big movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 4, I want to remind you about a sale happening this 5/15 in Shopee. Use our affiliate link tinyurl.com/ShopeeTGJ, and we get a small cut from each sale made through this link. So don't forget, the current brand ambassador of Shopee right now is Alex Gonzaga. So if you're an Alex Gonzaga fan, go ahead and find something for Akinse. Anyway, moving on. Probably the most emotional entry of this entire schedule that came out was Black Panther
Yeah.
2, or now Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and Tim is readying his figure. Oh
Sure. I mean,
man. Oh man.
you can even see my background there.
Yeah.
My two posters.
Hmm.
Uh, Iron
Man.
Man and Captain America: The First Avenger, which I
Nice.
treasure to this day.
Hmm.
But yeah, Chadwick Boseman, he should have won that Oscar. I'm sorry, I
Really?
got it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the Oscar, at least a nod. I mean, if Heath Ledger could do it, I
yeah.
think it could have been a good tip of the hat to Chadwick Boseman. But well, Anthony Hopkins is also Odin in the MCU, so the MCU still won a lot of awards
Yeah.
in terms of their actors. But this one, I am unsure how they're going to continue with Wakanda. I guess they're
Hmm.
going to they're going to focus on Shuri, of course. There was a
Of obviously, yeah.
Shuri, Black Panther in the comics, but I don't know how they're going to do this Wakanda Forever storyline. Whether they're going to write him off, or they're going to make it in such a way that he wasn't there, or something happened behind the scenes. And then, of course, the Wakandans appeared in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They were there with Bucky to get the guy who killed King T'Chaka, right?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the most sensitive like movie to tackle because of the fact that the actor was so respected, recognized by so many people in real life. It's like how are you gonna it's almost like the Sesame Street Mr. Hopper situation or Mr. Hooper.
Yeah.
Now you have to like find a way to like tell the story naturally, so that the story can progress. I don't know. Maybe T'Challa suffered some side effect from from the sorry some guy beeping really loud. Is there like maybe they're gonna find a way to maybe say that hey maybe T'Challa suffered some sort of side effect from being blipped out or something. Who knows? Maybe that's gonna be a way to like erase him from this continuity or something. Like it's just gonna be such a. I think that's gonna be Ryan Coogler's biggest challenge if he's still directing. Tama ba?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So that's gonna be like the biggest challenge. How do you tackle Chadwick Boseman's death and
That's a good
somehow
question.
like sneak in, diba? So like it's gonna be a very, very sensitive topic that I'm sure they're gonna find a way to do it respectfully. Because come on, man, Wakanda forever. All right, go
From the
ahead. Tim.
title,
Yeah.
you have people who really love the community of Wakanda after the Black Panther movie and Avengers
Yeah.
Infinity. As I said earlier, at least there were seeds planted that they're thriving in the universe. Falcon and Winter Soldier, White Wolf, all of that.
Yeah.
Now, just need to see what the main family of Wakanda is going to do moving forward. We have to wait.
All right. Next up is gonna be the lawsuit. Captain Marvel 2, or as now it's called The Marvels. Jude, you want to go first and then Tim.
Yeah, go,
Okay,
Jude.
the Marvels. Well, wait, let's see. Now I
Monica
haven't
Rambo.
seen. So basically, yeah, it's Monica Rambo and um Captain Marvel. Basically the two Marvel, the two
Three.
Captain's Marvel. I don't know if you
Nice.
say that, but yeah, this is a let's give some basic stuff out. It's another 2022 release. It's Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau,
Kamala Khan,
and
man.
Kamala
Khan,
Khan.
let's
So
go.
like all three Marvels are there, and it's pretty exciting for me. I was happy to see Monica Rambeau in the first Captain Marvel movie. I really enjoyed that. Like, oh wow, they're putting her. That's awesome.
Good God, because she was one of the she was the Captain Marvel I grew up with in the 80s.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. She was a Captain Marvel, and the fact that she's there, and she's part of the next. She has a huge role in the next film is really awesome, and also of course she was part of Sword in um in WandaVision, so
WandaVision.
that's actually a
On the mission,
Yeah.
she's
nice way to establish her character before she goes into her major film, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm let's go. Not familiar with the story yet. I mean, there's not much
There's no
details
story
about.
yet.
Yeah, there's no story yet, but
Yeah.
um,
chronologically, she's supposed to
yeah.
appear in I think Secret Invasion with Nick Fury. That's
Oh,
the not
okay.
Oh yeah, this is gonna tie in there, and yeah, of course, I'm happy to. I'm just happy to see that Miss Marvel is there.
Yep,
It's
that
just
is right.
it's important. Like I think this is just as important as introducing Miles Morales to the mainstream superhero to the Marvel fandom, like in Spider Verse. So yeah, for me, this is in that same level of importance that you have to introduce one of the newer characters that were actually that actually got a lot of love as well from the comics now on screen. So that's that.
All right, Tim. What is your take on the Marvels, and how is it not getting sued by DC for using the name of the Marvels?
Oh boy, you know what?
Oh man.
You're talking to a big DC fan here.
Yep. Yep. I know you're a big DC fan, man.
You know, I love comics. I love Marvel comics, but in terms of storytelling, it's always going to be DC.
Yeah.
I wish they got their act together in the movies, but
Hmm.
okay. speaking for the Marvels, and yeah, because I was kind of snickering when you said lawsuit. What can you do? It's like WWE and WWF. That's how I
Yeah.
relate it.
Mm,
Because
mm.
that's why they changed who should be Captain Marvel into Shazam, because Shazam is the wizard.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel is Billy Batson, but
Mm.
another story for another time.
Yeah.
For this one, with Marvels, you have Monica Rambeau, you have Carol Danvers. I wonder how their meeting or their reunion will be, because there's some tension whenever she hears the name, as you saw in WandaVision.
Mm.
And of course, Kamala Khan, who will have her own TV series. We'll see her character fleshed out. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for it to all play out. But for me
Mm.
to see tag teaming together, I guess we'll get that payoff when Miss Marvel gets her TV series. We see it play out, and that movie comes around next year. Is it next year or
Mm.
2020?
Next year. Next year. Yeah.
Next, next,
Yeah,
next year.
next year.
Hey, speaking
By my
of
birthday
like, yeah,
month, same month. Yeah, I'm gonna
nice,
look forward to.
nice. All right, just one theory. A friend of ours on our Discord, Jackie from our Discord, said, could this movie, The Marvels, be a way to remove Brie Larson from the MCU? Because I feel like personally, Brie Larson just hasn't really like worked for me as Captain Marvel. Like I get that she's a good symbol of representation of a strong woman,
Yeah,
but like there's just something like I can buy the Black Panther's female army more than Captain Marvel, and they don't have superpowers. So like, what is it with Brie Larson? Like, is it possible that Brie Larson's Captain Marvel could be removed, and then we'll get Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan as Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel? Do you think that's possible, Tim?
um, for all the controversy and hate, well, especially during the Avengers Endgame press tour, where it seems like Brie Larson is inserting a lot of things from the way she talks, and then she's butting heads with her Avengers co-stars. You remember that, right?
Yeah,
Seeing that,
yeah. So weird.
it's weird. It's weird. So I'd liken it to, it's like a reverse. It's like a reverse Amber Heard for me. I want Amber Heard
Oh,
out as a, what do you call this?
Mira, yeah.
Mira from Aquaman. I
Just
mean,
remove
after,
her.
I mean, but they're still giving her the work. They're standing by it. I don't know why. And Johnny Depp is out as Grindelwald, and
Yeah, which
Heath.
is
So
sad.
yeah, so but they replaced him with Mads Mikkelsen, which I'm okay with because I love Mads Mikkelsen. But I don't know Hollywood politics. I guess with Brie Larson, she's okay for me as Captain Marvel, but in terms of feeling it and why she was the most prominent player, I hope they do a better way of telling that story in the
Mm,
Marvels. I'm
mm.
That's what I'm hoping.
All right. All right. So
I
moving
think I would
on. I'll
rather
go
see.
ahead, Jude.
Wait. I would like to
Yeah.
see the
Okay.
Marvels as a way to help redeem her character a bit.
Yeah,
Ease up the hate from the fans, because I just I it's just bad to see that level of hate
Mm,
anywhere in the MCU. It's just it gets to a point that it's just grating to see. Like
mm,
it's just not healthy for the fandom itself. Like, so, like, I think um putting her alongside Monica Rambeau and Kamala,
mm,
I think that would be the interesting part to see. So yeah,
mm.
but me too. I mean, just putting a point to it.
Yeah.
I guess hopefully they write the character better. Because for me in Avengers Endgame, I thought she was underutilized. We all got all that hype build up after the first Captain Marvel movie,
Yep.
and then she just rescues Tony, and then she screen. Then for the big end battle, but after that, nothing. It's just too many characters to play around with. But that's
Yeah.
the thing. In this movie, she's able to work together but get a more prominent role. That justifies why she's sticking around in the MCU and not,
Mm,
you know, cast business. Because there, we won't know. We won't know till we see this movie.
Yep.
I guess.
That's true.
That's it.
All right, next up is probably the movie don't know anything about at all. We have no hints about what's going to happen. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Again, another very long title. Just say Ant-Man and the Wasp 3 or something. Anyway, Tim, what do you think of Ant-Man and the Wasp Part 3?
I'm a fan, guys. Actually, since well, how they handled the MCU versions of Ant-Man and Wasp were okay. Initially, I was wondering why Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne weren't founding members of the Avengers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but they played that part or that story well by making them older. And first Ant-Man, of course, he trained Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne, and Hope Van Dyne became the Wasp in the second movie. This one, of course, Quantum Mania, so I'm expecting another multiverse thing since the quantum realm leads to different periods of the multiverse or branch realities. They use that to bring everybody back together. So now that they've explored little bits of the quantum realm to get Janet Van Dyne out of it, and then Ant-Man helped the Avengers use it to get the stones. Maybe now we'll explore more of it in length, and we'll get better concepts about it.
All right.
Weird. It's a
Nice.
weird rabbit hole. So
Jude, do you have any thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp Part 3? Or
I'm just happy that it's unlike you, Steve. I'm happy that it's not numbered. Trust me, I'm
Mag-aaway
tired of
talaga tayo
numbered.
dyan.
I'm tired of numbered entries in movies or games because I'm happy that Resident Evil 8 is called Resident Evil Village for that matter because I don't know. I just want to call it because I think I'd rather see them make an effort to add a new name to the title because it helps explain what the movie is about.
Okay.
And for example, we weren't really mad about book adaptations having their full title names like Harry Potter and Twilight. I mean, there's part 1 and part 2 for their movies, but hey, we didn't complain about that, or we didn't even complain about Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. So I'm okay with the numbers, but yeah, this one is a wild card. I think it can tie in somewhat to Multiverse of Madness in a way that introduces alternate realities once more, and that's gonna be exciting. And Ant-Man basically saved the Avengers in Endgame somewhat.
Yeah, that's true.
Him being trapped for a few years actually was somewhat was somewhat a way to save everyone and help beat Thanos. So yeah, I enjoy Scott Lang's Ant-Man a good amount, and this is gonna be fun.
There you go.
Mickey Mouse is the hero.
Yeah, the rat is the hero.
Yeah, whoever that rat was, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. A salute to the rat. All right, Jude, is there any more comments in the comment section right now on Facebook?
Let me check. Hold on.
No, that.
I think we can move on for a bit. I can't see some of the comments. Maybe they're not on there yet. But yeah, I think we can move on to the movie.
All right. So before we continue, I want to talk about Podmetrics. Get more accurate podcast statistics through our friends at Podmetrics. Just visit podmetrics.co, that's .co, and use our code GEEKYJUANS at registration. So that is it. Podmetrics.co by Podcast Network Asia. All right, moving on to the last pieces of this episode. We have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. See how convenient that is with a number.
It's a numbered entry.
Which is supposedly, I think Dave Bautista just announced it earlier today. Bautista just announced that this is going to be his last movie because he's going to be 54 when the movie is like going to be out. So he's like, he's up there in age. We know he's not gonna be Drax. Maybe not. He may not be playing Drax for the longest time anymore. I mean, his body already went through a lot in wrestling, and then doing acting. Okay, a little bit lighter, but of course it's still demanding.
Yeah,
What do you
you can't just slap a shirt there because of course
exactly?
it's
Exactly.
it's the fatigue.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Tim. What do you think of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3?
Well, no, I was just saying it's a numbered entry, Drew.
Yeah. So it's so
Well,
convenient.
well, you can
It's so
actually
convenient.
justify because it's a nod to Peter Quill's awesome mix
Of course,
given by
that
his mother. So that's a fair shake on that
and
title convenience there. So
it's James Gunn's way of addressing that and his love for mixtapes. So I'm
Mm.
all for that. For me, well, what's next for Peter Quill and everybody else? They're looking for Gamora, right?
Yeah.
After we left them at Endgame. So I don't know if they're going to change anything from the story after their interim adventure in Thor: Love and Thunder, because they're going to be with Thor. So we'll have to see.
Mm.
Hopefully, whatever happens to Drax, Nebula, uh, Peter Quill, Rocket, Groot, and what's her name? The chick with antennas.
I forgot her
Mantis.
name. Yeah, Mantis.
Yeah,
Totally forgot
yeah.
her name.
I just want to call her the chick with antennas, and then of course, Gamora. We'll see. Uh,
Yeah.
no plot yet. There's no
Yeah,
plot yet.
that's true. That's true.
Why is
All right,
Gamora?
Jude, do
It
you have
might
any why
be
is
the
yeah,
plot.
Jude, maybe that is the plot of the movie. Why is
Maybe that is the
Gamora?
plot. We find the answer to why is Gamora. But yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna be yeah, it's whatever happens. I hope this is gonna be a great send off for Batista since him announcing that this would be his last MCU film.
Yeah.
It's awesome. What a run, by the way, for
Yeah.
him.
What a
Like,
run, man. What a run.
he got
Fun.
into that role. Made he performed so well. We loved it. We love his character. We love Drax. But yeah,
Mm.
I can say that Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the films that made me like love MCU. For some reason, like it just got
Mm.
Hmm.
when I first watched it, it somehow got me, and yeah, that's why I like this. I like these group of guys. No matter what they'll say about Peter Quill punching Thanos, waking Thanos up. No, of the plan, I guess. Can't do
You
that.
Mm.
can blame Star Lord for that. And I
Yeah.
hated him for that, but it's a story. You have to tell
Yeah.
a story a certain way, and he acted on
Yeah,
human
but
emotion.
Yeah.
That's
it's
it.
gonna be
That's true.
That-
That's pretty much it for Guardians 3.
I mean,
yeah,
his
it's gonna be
perfection.
crazy, and because this is a wild card of a movie again, because
Yeah.
there's not too much detail, and it's a
Mm.
2023 release.
Mm. And before Jude interrupted
So
Tim,
yeah,
Tim was gonna say
we
something.
don't know what's gonna happen. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Mm.
No,
Go,
no, it's fine.
Jude.
It's fine. It's good. No, I was gonna say that. Where's my train of thought? Yeah. When Star Lord punched Thanos,
Yeah.
and Tony was saying, "Stop, stop." It was also kind of a reflection of Tony maturing when he
Mm.
acted on impulse and he wanted to kill Bucky in Civil War after he saw his mom and dad, right?
Yeah. That's
His
true.
mom and dad.
It's like a maturity talaga.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of themes playing with the MCU that if you watched it from the start, you really appreciate it. And Guardians, I mean, nobody would have expected the Guardians to be one of the best things that ever happened. And the casting and the group, I mean, basically the Guardians that I knew, it had Yondu, and he didn't look like the Yondu from the MCU. It was a guy with a bow and arrow, not
Mm-hmm.
bling. Yeah, basically establishing characters, which I hope they also do with Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. I mean, characters that you wouldn't normally just put into a movie and introduce them to a new generation.
Mm-hmm.
That's a, I hope naman for every MCU movie, it just comes out looking like a bed of flowers. It's
Yeah.
good.
Nice. Hey, do you think, by the way, I noticed something now about Shang-Chi. I forgot to mention this earlier.
Oh,
The toys of Aquafina look like it's a Mulan costume, but they just have a Shang-Chi packaging. No joke. Do you
no
think they
joke.
repackaged it?
They're both owned by Disney.
Exactly, exactly. Do you
I
think it's
could
possible?
say they probably reused a similar mold. They
Puede.
could do that. Just
Come on,
restructured a few bits and pieces, and then you get Aquafina's character.
Just change
let me
Aquafina's face.
let me give you a
Yeah, just
perfect
that.
example.
All right, cool.
This is
Oh,
Hasbro. This is
okay,
Hasbro America of the 80th anniversary, right?
okay.
I noticed if you look at the face and the body, it's basically Hawkeye. They just added
Oh man.
they added
Oh shit, you're
structure.
right.
Yeah,
The head
it's
sculpt
basically
is pretty much the same.
I mean, you can't really blame toy manufacturers for trying to milk
True.
it and use the mold because it's expensive to make molds.
Yeah.
But well, it's been like that ever since with action figures, with toys.
Hmm.
He-Man, GI Joe, you name
Power
it.
Rangers, I think.
Hasbro. It's Hasbro.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
there you go. I mean, for Funko Pop, it's pretty much the same with Funko Pop, unless they change the arms or the
Yeah.
pose, the head, and the default body. There
Hmm.
you go.
All right. Now the final thing that came out in this entire video that we saw earlier in the week
Mm.
is a theory. We don't know who's it gonna be. Do you have any predictions on the Fantastic Four, Tim?
Oh
You
wow.
go
The
first because I
F4?
know.
Yeah.
Come
I
on,
mean,
bring out all the four figures. Ah, with the
I have
shorts,
all four
love it.
figures. I have all four figures here.
Can you
Short
carry
Sting
all of them?
is the best
Short
thing.
thing. Hey, briefs were the best.
It's Reed, and here's Johnny. There's Johnny,
Oh
and
man,
the
what do
dance
you
slot,
think?
the dance slot run. But
Yeah.
I still prefer the beardless Reed and their iconic uniforms from the 80s and 90s, the lighter blue. I still
Mm-hmm.
prefer that.
Yeah.
I guess if they're going for that direction and whatever they're gonna do, a lot of people want to cast Emily Blunt and her husband John Krasinski as Reed Richards and Sue Storm. I don't blame them. They look great.
Hmm.
They're married. Who knows?
Hmm. All
Who knows
right.
what the Who knows what Marvel and Disney will plan? But
Hmm.
since Kevin Feige, the architect of the entire MCU, said
Yeah.
to bring Fantastic Four, it's a good cap to Phase 4. So if they go to Phase 5, they can finally introduce certain mutants that we've been waiting
Doctor
to see.
Doom.
And
Oh yeah.
Oh
Doctor
man.
Doom.
Hey, okay, so this leads to Jude. Do you have any thoughts on Fantastic Four or wala masyado?
Yeah, let's go. Well, we can mention Derv from Wrestling After Work on our Discord server.
Yes.
Shout out to Derv. I think he also
Woo!
mentioned this to. He also mentioned this in our in one previous episode. So he wants Anthony Starr,
Mhm.
who's Homelander in The Boys, as Doctor Doom, as a Doctor Doom candidate. So
it's candidate. He could, but he'll have to juggle between both shows, or he'll have to finish one to go to the other.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
well, yeah, it's gonna take a good scheduling effort for that, but would be a nice Doctor Doom. But yeah, John Krasinski as Reed Richards, yeah, I'd be happy. That
That'd be
would be
great.
so good. But overall, I'm just really happy that Fantastic Four is finally like in the MCU for good, for real this
Mhm.
They they,
time. Like,
they have to fix it because after that,
yeah, they have to fix everything. They have to fix the whatever happened there.
that movie in 2015, which you will not speak of, it's. I mean, the only good thing I guess was the Human Torch curse. It's always fixed in the MCU because you had Chris Evans as Johnny Storm and the actual Fantastic Four movies that I liked with Michael Chiklis as the Thing. It was okay, entertaining,
Mhm.
but not a cloud, which is Galactus. It should have been a big Galactus, not a cloud.
Mhm.
For
Cloud Galact.
the 2015 Fantastic Four movie with Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm, and then he
Yeah.
became Killmonger. This one, whatever they're gonna do, I just hope it's executed well.
Hmm. All right. So
Just make
yeah,
people forget about the 2015 movie for
fan
good.
four stick.
Finally,
Give it up.
Pant Four Stick.
Oh man. All right. The final question that I ask you guys: could we see former actors return? Tim, let's go with you first.
It's a possibility. Yeah. If we're gonna go for the originals,
Hugh
there's always a,
Jackman.
I mean, the fact that okay, the first one I'm gonna start with is this guy. It's a
Okay.
because
Okay.
they're going to bring in Sam Wilson as Captain America and what do you call this? Jane Foster as Thor.
Yeah.
Remember, there was a time that after Civil War II, Tony Stark existed as an AI
Mm,
comic. He was just a computer, and we saw a
yeah.
bit of that with the last recording for the daughter in the
Mm,
helmet. Who's to say that Robert Downey Jr. can't just make a cameo appearance or film a short time as an AI or
mm.
whatever convoluted plot they can come with. For other actors, there was one bit of the Loki trailer where you saw him sitting down with what looked to be Black Widow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if that's her. That's coming out next month, the Loki TV
Mm.
series. I don't know if that's just one alternate reality and Scarlett Johansson just happened to film that, or other actors. Well, they're exploring the multiverse. It could
Mm.
happen.
All
It could
right.
happen.
Nice. All right, Jude, do you have any thoughts? Maybe could we see somebody like Michael Fassbender come back as Magneto and say, "Hey,
Okay.
kid, what are you doing with that robot?" I don't know, something like that.
Okay. I love to see the mutants appear some form, some way. Would be awesome to see them because oh
Hey,
yeah,
Like,
because
I want to see.
classic.
Yeah,
honestly, the MCU would never be complete for me in my eyes um without the X-Men. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't feel complete with the Fantastic Four also.
Hmm.
But they're introducing Marvel's first family in a standalone movie, and if ever they're gonna do some multiverse madness, so to
yes,
speak, with introducing mutants or somehow find a way to redeem the Inhumans.
Mm.
which is not recognized. It's not recognized anymore. Anyway,
Oh yeah, well, sadly.
Oh,
But
they
yeah.
totally forgot about it.
Or I think I would love to see the Marvel Netflix guys. Daredevil, Luke Cage would be
wish,
good.
I wish.
Yeah, actually.
Make good shows, but it's just because of the contract with Netflix that they're already scraping.
Yeah, it's a messy part there. But yeah, nice to see that they actually did that. But who else? Former cast members are gone. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be a definite show. Definitely, he's gonna be there in some form. I think most likely in Spider Man once more. Highly
Hmm.
likely.
I almost forgot. I almost forgot one actor I want to see.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. He's
Chris
gonna.
Evans. Man.
I have a good feeling that they would be there still in I don't in a glimpse in a few moments. They're just gonna be there. You know. Oh, also, I think I would like to see Mark Ruffalo Hulk. He should be there
Oh
in
yeah, that'd be
another.
nice.
He will be. He will be. She-Hulk, the She-Hulk TV
Oh,
series.
Oh,
oh yeah,
nice,
She-Hulk. He's gonna be
nice.
back in a
He's
capacity, certain capacity. So that's gonna be good.
Hmm.
Yeah, former actors. But yeah. Yeah. I hope mutants are there. I hope Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield will be there
Yes,
somehow.
please.
that's
I just hope that they just go all out with whatever casting decision they would think of.
Hmm.
whatever
Man,
it is.
yeah,
I I just hope they plan it well. Well, it's under Kevin Feige, so we have an architect there who's really keeping his cards close to the chest, and it's
yeah.
gonna be good.
Hmm. All right, so that is it for our Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 4 episode. Thank you so much to Tim Villasor. You can find him at Timzster, Timzster on Facebook and Instagram.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you
Thank you
so
so
Miss
much.
much,
hanging out with you guys in conventions,
Yes,
man.
guys. Thank you for this Marvel-filled Saturday that we get to talk about the Phase 4. Moving
Yeah,
forward.
man. That is gonna be epic. All right, you could visit us at thegeekyjuans.com on our website. You could follow at the Geeky Juans on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. We're everywhere. The Geeky Ones podcast is available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you're listening to us right now. You can find me at Stevie Said Yup on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You can find Jude at Jude Thomas Cruz on social media and Dude It's Jude on Facebook. Once again, we want to thank Tim Villasor for taking time off his weekend to geek out over Phase 4 of the MCU. That is it for the Geeky One.
Who wouldn't, dude? I mean,
Yeah, man.
Who wouldn't geek out for that? Yeah.
Exactly.
As you said, we started by talking about the trailer where everybody started making the movies and cinemas, and then as much as we love the MCU TV shows, we want to see it again in theaters. We want to be together again. We want to see it in a capacity that it was meant to be seen, a cinematic experience. Though I was gonna say about the Disney shows, at least the auxiliary characters like WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, you get more exposition this way. But again, I'd like to say thanks again to you guys, the Geeky Juans, Steven, dude.
Thank you.
Thanks
You're welcome, man. You're welcome.
We can do this again. Just ask me whatever topic we can all relate to and talk about for fun. I'm also at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, using that handle, and YouTube. Right now, I am, as I was telling these guys in the pre-podcast talk, Resident Evil Village. That's keeping me busy. Not numbered. It's not numbered. Like what you.
Somehow numbered because they put the 8 in the Ville part. But so they come to elements there just today.
It's like, I'm only gonna give this a hint. If you start playing the game, you'll know why I'm racing it like this.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, man. That is it for the Geeky Juans. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.